Hey guys, I got like an hour of recording time on my phone. But I'm gonna do a video and then I'm going to basically kind of upload and then delete it because I want to finish the rest of everything that is to come for different things. So this morning I was talking about the candles and they work. I need to get some actual like 2-inch candles now. You know, the bigger the candle it is, the more lighting it puts off. And I want a candle over here that I can burn at night that's bright enough that I can see my crochet projects. But not like disturb Daniel when he's sleeping. And then I can just blow him out before I go to sleep. Daniel has to be up at 3 in the morning to go to work. And I sometimes am not tired with pregnancy insomnia, and just in general, I'm not tired and asleep by 9 o'clock. So it's that thing. Yeah, and I have like lantern lights that are you plug in. They're solar powered. You could charge them via the sun. You could plug them in and charge them. I got some of those. I've got like a multi-level color, no, multi-level like touch lamp thing where you can like tap it with your hands and it goes to like 3 different light settings. So I have like one of those too. But I just wanted candles too because I wanted to try them out over here. And then if like power goes out or we want to do something where we're not using the lamps but we want to use the light, like a candle or something at the table, we can play card games, us and the kids, we can do all kinds of different things. We can do that. Okay, so I have a Walmart delivery that's supposed to be dropped off with the rest of the yarn for my shawl. I have 2 skeins and I have some chili ramens being delivered because yeah, I need them to be delivered. And then I got some more yarn that's going to be here between the 16th, wait, that's today, and the 31st. So it is what it is. I am using 2 of these size 3 light 3 sport. It calls for a 4mm hook. I'm using a 5.5 because that's just what I've been using on this blanket. This is the patchwork scrappy blanket. I have pieces that have to be added on, but I needed to build up the sides to add it, so I'm just working ever so accordingly to that. I'm getting those added. Yeah, it is what it is. I put this project off because it's July. It's hot now instead of when I started this in like the spring. So I'm just ever so slightly working my way through. And I've come to love the 6.5mm hook. So when I first started crocheting, I'm pretty sure the crochet hook that I used was a 5 or a 5.75. That was my go-to hook. And then like I will use different ones in between, but if it's smaller than a 4.5 or a 5, I'm like, nope, I'm out. I will alter the pattern to use a bigger hook. But that is just my life. I am going to turn this fan on. I have been hot. Literally. I've been hot. I found out yesterday that I have a UTI. Okay, hold on. I figured I had one, but I kept being told I didn't have one. And then like yesterday I was like, hey, I have all these symptoms and all these things, and she was like, well, your urine sample came back fine. This because I was at my prenatal appointment anyways. She was like, your urine sample came back fine anyways. And I'm like, no, it didn't. Because I can see it on my chart, but, you know, anyways. And she was like, how about you use a belly band? And I'm like, okay, I can do that, but my pain isn't when I do that. It's literally when I pee. And mind you, before she walked in, hold on, my urine sample is ready on my chart, so I was looking at it, and the swab that says like not the swab, but like the testing that says abnormal, it literally indicates that you have a urinary tract infection. And I, like, even with the Google, looked it up, like made sure like what I was reading was right, my culture swabs. Anyways, yeah, so I have a UTI. She wrote the prescription for it. She was like kind of hesitant on it. Hold on a second. Anyways, I was trying to like move this fan, not let it get let it get knocked over, while also trying to flip this blanket. But yeah, anyways, she finally sent over my like antibiotics for it, because I was like, I literally, it, like, burns when I pee. And it's a normal thing, guys. Like, I'm not saying this to be like all gross or whatever, but urinary tract infections have to be treated or it can get really bad. And it's really common with women. It's really common with people who have bladder issues. It's really common with women who are pregnant, and you could have one and just not have any symptoms. Here's the thing though. I didn't know that part about not having the symptoms. So I was looking at my urine analysis samples because I was like, hey, this all looks the same. And then like it just kind of progressively got worse. I've had a urinary tract infection since like March, and I couldn't figure out why they kept asking me about UTIs. And I was like, well, maybe they were just asking because, just to ask to make sure. No, I've had a urinary tract infection since March, and this is July, and it's been untreated. And I found out literally yesterday that you can have a urinary tract infection and not have symptoms. So it's like, huh, that makes sense. So why, like, if it was there and they didn't go ahead and treat me for it, I don't know. Could be part of the reason why I was so sick in my first trimester was because my body was going, like, okay, so when I hit 6 weeks, 5-6 weeks, I had the flu, which didn't help. And then that's when HG picks up really bad. And then that's when morning sickness gets the absolute worst. And then also I had really bad morning sickness like all day. It was awful. I had hyperemesis gravidaeum, which like that legit will happen. But my body was also fighting a bladder infection, a UTI. Like, I don't know. I will say, like, I have been going to this place with all 4 of my pregnancies with my kids, and I have never had any issues like this. And this go around, I've had so many issues that I'm not comfortable there. But, like, at the same time, I'm so close to having this baby that, like, I don't want to switch. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can, like, when I have an appointment next week for my ultrasound coming up. And also that same day I have to do my glucose test. I have an appointment in August for a 4-month, but I'm just going to see if I can see one or the other of the women that I actually really like, who like don't gaslight me, and see if I can see them on Wednesdays, because I need help getting up on them tables, and that's where Daniel comes in at. He can help me, and he's there for like my extra ear and everything on like what's being said, because what? Anyways. And I just want him there, so I'm just gonna see if I can have him there with me. And then actually I think my August appointment, trying to think. If I remember, I know like at a certain point you go every 2 weeks, and then when you hit 36 weeks you go every week. And I think my August is my last like once a month. And then I think after that, I think what they do is if it's still the same, I think what they're doing is like just starting in September, I'll go 2 weeks. And then around August 1st, I'll go once a week because I'll be 36 weeks at the beginning of the month. We'll see. And I don't plan on going to every appointment. I just don't. Like, I'm getting to that point where I feel like prenatal care is just, it's too much of a bother. And it really shouldn't be, because if everything's going fine and baby's moving and everything and like you're not having any issues, I don't understand constantly going. And this is my 4th baby in, and I advocated for prenatal care all the time. Like, you go to all your appointments. But at the same time, like, all I'm doing is I'm going to pee in a cup, get a weight gain, sit there. And I'm glad to listen to her. Like, I'm glad to listen to her heartbeat. And then, like, that's it. I go home. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Tomorrow's the last day for summer camp for the younger two, so they get to go on a big field trip, and that's gonna be fun and exciting. Now, they've been there before. I actually used to go camping as a child where they're going, so that's fun. They're all gonna take the school bus and go. And tomorrow, my mom is picking up. Well, you know what? I don't know if she's picking him up tonight or she's picking him up tomorrow. But my oldest is going camping with my mom. And then she's going to bring him back Saturday. And then I think something don't look right. Hang on just a second. Okay, it's fine. Then she's going to pick up, I know originally it was going to be my daughter, like in order from oldest to youngest, and then do a night camping with her, and then drop her back off, and then go and pick up my youngest and take him. And then next week she's going to have all of them at the different campsite, just so they can get one-on-one, and then they can do stuff all together. So it's just, they're going to have fun. They like to go camping. But all is well. 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 I think I can turn this off now for a second. Okay, so, and I'm just sitting here rambling. I'm trying to drink even more water. I drink a lot of water, but I'm trying to cut back on my Coke. Like this pregnancy, I had to have a can of Coke every day to help with nausea. And like, I don't chug it. I sip on it. Sometimes I'll drink the whole thing and then like, okay, whatever. But like, I sip on it. But I'm trying to just like cut back. Genuinely cut back. Let's see. Oh, yesterday we had baked beans, potato salad, and drumsticks. That was really good. Listen. I learned this way to make drumsticks in the crock pot, and they were like super good. Made the chicken like fall right off the bones, and I could just like throw them in, leave them, and it didn't heat up my whole house. I didn't have to worry about like the grill all the time. You know, just leave it, forget it, and it crisps them up. You could take them out, put them in the oven if you want to, but like they were perfectly fine. Well, I forgot to do that yesterday with everything going on. And Daniel got the chicken drumsticks for like half off or something like that because they were on sale. So anyways, I threw them. We had to do 2 batches because there were so many. We threw them in the Instant Pot. Pressure cooked them for 13 minutes. You can do 10 to 15 minutes. But you pressure cook them with the seasonings and a cup of water. take them out, and then put your oven on broil. I did 400 because my pans couldn't go to broil. I learned that the last time. Anyways, and then you just like cook them until they crisp, and they are just so good. But yeah, that was really good. It was just like quick and simple and easy, not so hands-on. The potato salad was already made because it was bought from the store. Baked beans just had to be opened out of a can and, you know, dumped in a pot. But it was so good. And then the kids decorated cookies yesterday that Daniel brought home. That was just really fun. And then they played outside. Everybody got showers and baths. And not saying we don't take showers and baths, but it's just what happened. They got clean. Usually we stagger, like, the kids is getting baths and stuff throughout the week because, like, if we're not doing anything, there's no need for a shower every single night. So, like, if Mason's playing soccer or, you know, whatever sport he's doing, then yeah, like, you're running around. If the younger two are not going anywhere, like, if they're just here and they're inside, like, it's, you know, they chilling, having a relaxed day, watching cartoons, you know, whatever. There's no need to take a shower, but, like, Mason needs to take a shower, you know? But, like, it's this, I don't know. Hopefully I'm making sense. Like, I'm not saying my kids are neglected. It's just, sometimes there's no need to take a shower every single day, especially if you're not doing anything particular and your body doesn't smell and you're not producing a bunch of stuff. Man, I'll tell you what, going from a 5mm, or going from a 6.5 down to a 5.5 is such a big difference. I feel like it's so much tighter. But what's funny is I was using this one and my 5 and my other one, and then when I switched to my 6.5 to make the shawls that I was working on, I was like, wow, this is such a big gauge. And now I'm so used to it, I'm like, I like it. I ordered some yarn. I do want to make some moss stitch shawls, but I want to make some, like, half circle, not crescent, but like half circle shawls, but I don't want them to be scrappy. Like, I want them to be, more themed, like my shawl over here. Now, I do have, like, scrappy shawls that I have made and I have gifted and they are loved, but sometimes you need not to do that. You know, not everybody wants a scrappy straw, and honestly, like, I like to use up what I have. Okay, so, like, I like to use up what I have before I go get more yarn, but sometimes, like, I need more variety. Like this, I can only repeat the same color so many times, so I had to get more yarn. So what I can do is I can make my drawing a blank. I can make whatever I need to make and then scrapify, you know, that yarn, or I can go back and forth. So, like, I have this pink, blue, and the pink, blue, and white mark, and it was a gift and I love it, but what I'm using with all of it is I'm not doing big projects. I'm doing, like, smaller projects, so I know for a fact, like, I can kind of scrapify the yarn and use it up as I go. So, like, I have a shawl that I started. This blanket's getting so big. I have a shawl that I started just the other day. Let me grab it. I accidentally closed it. Okay, I'm gonna have to make this quick. But, so I started this one. Let me see if I can hold it. But you see that, like, solid blue, like, right here? The solid blue. That's part of the blue that came. And I'm going for like a scrappy Indian mosaic kind of feel that it's one of those ones that if I keep this one or I donate it, whatever, like, you know, people are going to take care of it. Hopefully, that's what I want. Like, I don't want them to get it and then not care for it because, like, I don't know how. Like, just take care of the things that you get. And somebody put time and effort into these things, but it can just be worn, and it doesn't have to be like all pretty. Like this one's probably gonna be like my church shawl, and like I'm not gonna take it outside and do a bunch of stuff with it. Like I will throw on something else. But yeah, so I could throw like that pink on here. I could throw the white on here. I can do as many rows as I want, but I know like I'm not using the whole entire skein for the whole thing, so I don't have to worry about that. And then like I can, in between doing all that, I can do pieces for this. You know, you get what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna put this clip together, and I'll see you all in another video because I'm running out and I need space on my phone. So I'll be back in a little bit. Bye, guys.